around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City.
Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Detroit Lions.
Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, kickoff moments away. Quickly, what are you watching in this one?
The offensive line for both teams, because both teams have a terrific pass rush. They've got to keep their passers upright. If they have a chance to do that, they can both thrive on offense and move the ball downfield.
The kicker, Jake Bates, has this one on the tee. He'll run up and send this one away here at Ford Field. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. Under center is a 6'2", 225-pound signal caller, Aaron Rodgers.
There have been very few quarterbacks in the NFL who have been as consistent throughout their career as Aaron Rodgers. He's been good for so long, and we've seen no decline in his skills. His accuracy and arm strength continue to elevate the talent around him, and his in-game mistakes, few and far between.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They'll take that 14 yards on play number one. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. A short one there to front you. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
A gain of 15. First down, Pittsburgh.
Well, only 3 plays in here, but really, Charles, a solid start for this offense, and now we'll see if they can continue their mission to end this drive in 6.
And I wonder if their play caller right now is reflecting on that last big play that they've had on this drive. Do you come back with something similar, or do you have a counter to it to kind of show it and go to something else and create another big play?
10 more there and another first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now Rodgers.
Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Second and 10.
In motion, the tight end. Throwing is Rodgers. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. For a Steelers touchdown. DK Metcalf, 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Steelers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, You want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
So here are the Lions now as they get set for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the first overall selection of the 2016 draft. From Cal, it's Jared Goff.
And at one point, the ascension of Jared Goff was really, really strong. Back-to-back Pro Bowls, took his team to the Super Bowl, and came really within one quarter of winning it. But since that time, he's had bouts of inconsistency, and that's been the struggle for him as he tries to get back to the form he showed earlier in his career.
And not much to speak of. Calling a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Goff.
They'll get that complete to the rookie from Arkansas.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there and a line first down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try to get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
2nd and 6.
Back to throw, Goff.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close.
To go.
The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Goff throwing again. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
It's 4th down.
It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish him not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit.
Fair catch called for and collected right at the 10-yard line. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And the Steelers first down.
His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive,
really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. So the completion results there in 9 yards.
A gain of 9.
And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Now run straight ahead with Warren.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
41 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
At the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Short throw to Smith. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
On play action, Rodgers. Rodgers sliding to a stop with a first down. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The leg work there, getting him the first.
Steelers first down.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback, and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn that for a first down.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drills, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Rodgers going to throw. This one into the hands of Metcalf.
And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. Those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
It's a loss of 1.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
At the 8-yard
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
Touchdown.
2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers.
And the Steelers go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now 14-0.
14. Lions nothing.
So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive.
They find themselves in a good-size hole here, and a good-size hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 39 yards there. A big one.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
On first and 10, here's Gibbs.
And he stopped immediately there.
Making the play defensively there, Brandon Eccles.
A one-yard gain can look like a disaster. It all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of one-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional one-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
From the gun, here's Goff. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gibbs. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Gibbs.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. This to Laporta, right side.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Sam Laporta,
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
and the Lions have cut it back within a score. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7.
Lions 7.
So the drive there took 6 plays, and the end result, a Detroit touchdown. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And Pittsburg getting set to take the field. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3. Because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because Every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that third consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
In motion right, that's Metcalf.
On play action, now Rodgers. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
Second down.
Well, they tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he finds Austin complete. Just a gain of a couple there. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
And it's 3rd down.
We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
A short one there to Fryermuth.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll be 4th down.
Hey, let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
The Waitman now to punt as he sends this one away.
Fair catch. Signaled for.
So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Now a play fake, and it's gone. He's got it to Williams. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
A gain of 12
Goff and Williams hooking up there for a Lions first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked.
It's a loss of 8.
Derek Harmon
Gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. To throw is gone. So no gain on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
It's now 3rd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Here's Goff.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Touchdown, Detroit.
And St. Brown.
58 yards.
And the Lions are an extra point away from evening this one up. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track sneakers? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And we've got a good one going. We're not up at 14.
That ties the game.
That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
They're on 26-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They had that 14-0 lead, but that has evaporated as they go to work here, 1st and 10. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. These two teams all tied after 1. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Rodgers now to throw. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So pass interference, the call is so tough as a defender, I'd imagine, to time that up perfectly.
It certainly is difficult to get it exactly right because sometimes you're looking at getting there fractions of seconds too early. That one looked a little more obvious. Always a tough penalty to officiate. Just ask the basketball refs when they have to officiate block and charge.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 65 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball. But he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space. Couldn't uncover at the end of the route. And that one winds up incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. On to give. It's Warren. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Now they'll bring 4 receivers into the fold here. It's 3rd and long. To throw, it's Rodgers. He's got his target. That's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 18. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
A gain of 26 yards. First down, Steelers.
A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know,
who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
From the gun on third down, Rodgers.
He's got his tight end flying move right side.
It'll be a gain of just a yard. And that's going to bring up the fourth down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. So on fourth down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 33. Boswell's kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away.
Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Detroit's offense ready to take over.
And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Only able to gain a couple there. And it'll be second down.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the first down.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Here's Goff. A short throw, and it's going to be pulled in by Furtzer. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. Gone.
Now he's going to step up and run.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Gibbs straight ahead.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. In motion goes the tight end. Out of the gun. Goff. And that's off the mark. Incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Now Goff. Open man right side is St. Brown. His second catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up third down now.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. And that kick will go out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
And he's up in it after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up third and
4. This offense so far on third down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is third and 4. Throwing now is Rodgers. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
And the Steelers
Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
On play action, Rodgers. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Well, the great coach said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Rodgers going to throw. Completes it to Austin. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
A gain of 10 yards. That's good for a Steelers first down. It's a gain of 10. First down, Steelers.
Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Warren will try the right side. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Taken down right.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second.
Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Throwing more, but it's incomplete.
Become much keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on third down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. Now it's Rodgers.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. On fourth down, Corliss Waitman on to punt.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there.
And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
They start things off with a carry by Gibbs here.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line.
Derek Harmon on the tackle.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room that if you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
They didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. From his goal line here, Goff.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
And they work this out past the 25. 22 yards there, a first down.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
Going underneath, Gibbs has it. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
It's a gain of
At
8.
his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
It's a gain of a yard.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Off play action. Here's Goff.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Goff. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
It's 3rd.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Now it's Goff.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down.
So touchdowns on their first 2 drives, but looking like that won't be the case here.
Yeah, it looks like someone put their dukes up a little bit, doesn't it? Maybe decided to finally make a stand because those first 2 drives, they got run over. Now, finally, got their feet under them, got a little bit of balance. They're getting off the field.
Dances by at the 20. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
The Steelers offense and their running back Jaylen Warren headed back onto the field. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Now Rodgers. Incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 9. To throw is Rodgers.
He's got his running back out of the backfield.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play that time on the catch and run. 30 yards. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Shotgun now for Rodgers.
Drops this one down to Gainwell.
2 yards on the pickup there. And that will bring up 2nd down.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turned it into a successful play.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route, and he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Aiden Hutchinson.
And they're to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
Here's Corliss Waitman now,
as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10.
The Lions offense and Jared Goff set to take over once more. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
19-yard line.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Goff now looking to throw.
Over the middle, complete. That's Gibbs. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
A gain of 3 yards.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Goff. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The final shot before break here. Goff. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. This has been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up and put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the third quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this third quarter. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4 on second down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And able to get this one across the 45 before it's run down. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down.
46-yard line.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense. Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
51 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
First carry now for David Montgomery. Great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run.
11 yards there and a Lion first down.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 11 yards there, just like last play. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Gibbs is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line.
Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Gibbs again, but he will lose yardage here. Back to the 4-yard line.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
Now Goff on 3rd and goal.
Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs.
And in for the Lions touchdown. Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon.
And the Lions have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
A try here for the extra point. It's up and down to make it 21-17. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told.
And Jahmyr Gibbs finished it all off with a touchdown grab.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2.
And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
And they'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
On play action, now Rodgers. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Lions are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46.
Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they have everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Now gone. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his crew will take over with the football at the 35-yard line.
So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the 2nd half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the 2nd half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
The Steelers ready for their next possession. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
And off to Gibbs, headed right here. Down to about the 32.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and 7.
They'll fake the handoff. Now gone. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 19 yards. He has a 1st down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Here's Gone. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. Remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Goff now to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line.
Derek Harmon picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. A 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
On 4th down, on is Jake Bates for the Lions field goal.
This a 43-yard attempt.
Bates' kick is good.
And they will open their lead up to a touchdown at 24-17.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
They juked him. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out.
Looking to put a drive together.
Starting things out with a give to Gainwell.
And he pushes way forward to about the 32.
He's tackled at the 32.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. That is caught by Thielen. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
A handoff for Warren.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers.
Yeah, to the right sideline. And it falls incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 33. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. From the 31, here's 2nd down and 8.
Here's Rodgers to throw.
That one thrown across his body, and it's incomplete.
It's funny, throughout the season, we keep hearing from different coaches and players about the so-called rules, and it's different for each position. But as a quarterback, throwing across your body is supposed to be a rule that you're not supposed to break, isn't it?
Yeah, and especially with a guy coming knocking you to the ground like that.
I think he was fortunate that didn't get intercepted, fell to the ground incomplete, but you got to really be careful about that one. Yeah, you can break it every now and then. As a general rule, don't throw across your body.
Nothing open a first down.
Steelers, first down. A gain of 11.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
That's DK Metcalf running the slant. He's got it.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be second down.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line.
Aiden Hutchinson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And the Lions are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
We get a look at Amon-Ra St. Brown as his offense readies for the next drive.
Good day for him so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards. But, hey, it's the 3rd quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looked really, really sharp.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there. And they'll go backwards right away.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Out of the gun. Goff.
Throws out left. It's caught by Williams.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And 3rd and 8 now.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Sets up 4th down.
So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Here's Williams to return. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Steelers' offense now, they head back onto the field. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
They start the drive here with Gainwell.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground.
Now a run with Warren.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. They need 2. Here's third down.
Rodgers now to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
14 yards. That's good for a Steelers first down.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him try to come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
His throw incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Here's Rodgers.
Man open downfield. It's Metcalf.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
34 yards.
An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
We have seen big plays from both quarterbacks throughout this game, and there's another one right there. Going back and forth, almost like 2 excellent guitar soloists trying to top each other with each additional play.
On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell. Avoids him at the 5.
And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7.
After another impressive run, the question has to be asked, how do you slow these guys down running the football? I think they're going to try and get more people to the point of attack, try and get more people to the line of scrimmage, almost use a variety of run blitzes in order to try and get it done.
Now Rodgers.
Here's a screen with Gainwell.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now at Ford Field. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. To throw is Rodgers. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown.
DK Metcalf with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Boswell for the extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th.
24-24.
So that drive goes 8 plays.
And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. This one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Detroit's offense ready to take over. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10.
Right at the 30.
They'll start things off with a give to Gibbs.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Kyle Duggar up to make the tackle.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Detroit Lions.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Another run for Gibbs here.
And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
What an advantage having a elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
So 3rd down, but you got to think they'd like to get closer, even in a dome with good kicking conditions for a possible field goal. Now Goff.
He's got his target. That's complete.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
17 yards.
7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Trying the left side with Gibbs.
Gets around him. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
79 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Montgomery. He is going nowhere in a hurry, as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
To throw is gone. Oh, no, he lost the football. And fortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play.
We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls, because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
So crisis averted, but now facing 3rd and goal.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he'll be hit as he misses it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth.
Bates' kick is good.
And they have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Steelers offense and DK Metcalf getting ready to go back to work. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been the star of the show as they have just had absolutely no answers for him defensively.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a second and just a few inches left.
At the 39-yard line.
Now run straight ahead with Warren. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From midfield, here's Rodgers.
And there's a good opportunity. Just went right there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Second and 10.
Here's second and 10.
Now Rodgers. Shedding the tackler, that gives him some room. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
I know it was a game, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 34-yard line.
That's good for a Steelers first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
On the give, it's Warren.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 in second down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down, because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
4 receivers to keep tabs on here. 3 of them to the right side on 2nd and 5. To throw, it's Rodgers. Catch made right side by Wilson. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 17-yard line. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
They'll run it. Warren.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a first down.
Steelers, first down.
Boy, what would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
And it's caught. And in for the Steelers touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers.
And the Steelers have taken a fourth-quarter lead. This has definitely been a back-and-forth affair, and now they have the lead here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and they gave up the field goal on that last drive, as we remember, but it felt like their offense told them, don't worry about it. We got your backs. We'll come back with a touchdown of our own, and they did.
Extra point now by Boswell. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Makes the score.
That time a 9-play drive. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Lions offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes. And he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
It's a game.
That one good for 37 yards.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36.
They'll go again with Gibbs.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Gone.
He gets this out wide to Gibbs.
A great move in there, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do, and that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play, one-on-one matchup with someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves them with a 1st and goal.
Detroit Lions, 1st down. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
They'll run with Gibbs.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs,
His second touchdown of the afternoon.
and the Lions answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth-quarter lead. But plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown on the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a three-point lead.
Makes the score Lions.
The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it was all capped off by a touchdown run from Jahmyr Gibbs.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Oh, good move. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
Looking to put a drive together.
And they'll begin on the ground with Gainwell.
Now he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. That went into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return, and the Lions will take over.
The home team's offense and Jahmyr Gibbs headed back onto the field. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead.
Right within your 4-minute offense here, Travis? Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. from the gun. Here's Goff. Into the juke. And he is going to have the Lions first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Open man. That's too small. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. At the middle, it's Montgomery. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
Second and 7.
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 25. And now this defense trying to use the clock to their advantage. They'll take the timeout here with 2:08 left. And then they'll have another stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. On the keeper, here's Goff. And he's going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
Second and 11 now.
Goff now to throw. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. And he takes this one in for the Lions touchdown.
Isaac to Slaw.
25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Lions will add to their 4th quarter lead.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he
brings us out past the 20 to the 24. We've seen him do this many times in green and gold. Now he'll try to do it in black and gold. Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers down by 10. A minute 12 to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Back to throw, Rodgers. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Well, there's still hope, but it's dwindling fast. No timeouts left. They need 2 scores still. 1st and 10 here. That's DK Metcalf running the slant. He's got it. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 33.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Here's 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. And that one too wide and incomplete.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
Here's 2nd down. To throw is Rodgers. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
The towels are waving. Steeler fans on their feet. It's 3rd down. Rodgers to throw. The throw out wide going to be incomplete.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
One final try now for Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.